Yes, it's the bloody rainy season. Look at this. All last week, most of last week, it was fairly okay. Or this week just gone, it's a Saturday. It was fairly okay. But now it's not. We're stuck up here now in Pontoon. Well, I don't say stuck, we're here. The fridge bandit or the beer bandit is in situ. And I must say he's changed his ways because he hasn't taken... Actually, I'll have to check. Let me check, 1 second. Yeah, I just went and checked, it's still there. So I think that saga is well and truly over. But we'll wait for the next big occasion when I buy a tray of beer, put it in the fridge, when there's a lot of people up here and see what happens. But I can tell you something. One of the points of making this video, I've got cabin fever. I've got cabin fever, obviously because of the rain. But the other thing is, this is a fairly big house on a fairly big plot of land. And himself and the missus and their grandchild are here with someone else who I don't even know who they are. There we go. With someone else, I don't even know who they are. She's working. She was doing the garden earlier on. This is someone else that has been employed for the day. And now she's in there folding clothes. So there's her, myself, the wife and Harry. That's 3 of us, 4 of us. And those 3, that's 7 of us tonight in this house. How can you have cabin fever when you've got a wide open space like this? It just feels like it. I mean, I said it, that's going to, you know what's going to happen? That's going to burst its banks, look. It's fairly close. It has burst its banks. It has. It's gone over above the bollards, or whatever you want to call it, on the far side. And the pontoon. That's the pontoon just there. I've never seen it ever. I've never ever seen it. The water level that high. And you see all the water now. There's a gutter. All the water from the roof is going straight in. So I'd say if it keeps up like this, the pontoon could disappear for the first time ever. I've never seen... I wouldn't say I've never seen rain like this in Thailand. Of course I have. But I've never seen this body of water so swollen before. One of the ways I stay sane up here, because there's literally nothing to do.
Little kids down there.
Yeah, there's children around the place. So one of the things that I do to counteract this feeling of cabin fever, I have a studio up here. And it's almost identical to what's down in Bangkok. If I didn't have this, you see, this is, as I said before, this is her Thai family. They don't speak English. And walking around, as you know, if you're used to this channel, going for a walk up the road, it's impossible with the bloody street dogs. And especially rain like this. Now I could go for a drive or do something and get out of the place. But it's fairly monotonous. You know, it's fairly boring around here. I'm not dissatisfied with this. I love being here. But there is one thing you've got to remember if you're living in rural Thailand, and I'll be living here full time within the next 3 years or so. You've got to have something to do. You've got to have something to do other than drinking. It's so easy. It's Saturday. It's 10 to 5. It's so easy for me to open that fridge. There's Leo in the fridge. There's Bombay Sapphire Gin. There's Gordon's Gin. There's Gilby's Gin. I've got the whole shooting match there. There'd be nothing easier for me to do that. But I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. This is my saving grace. So I have a hobby. And dealing with cabin fever in Thailand, it sounds like it's an impossibility. How could you have anything like cabin fever in a beautiful place like this? You're not stuck. Well, when it rains like this, you are stuck. One of my greatest fears, one of the things I'm concerned about is that when we move up here in 3 years' time, full time, she won't be working, she'll be retired. We'll be together 24/7. And no matter who it is that you're with, if you're with them 24/7, that will feel like cabin fever. I'm not looking forward to the prospect, but I can tell you this. I'd rather look forward to a bad prospect in Thailand like that than look forward to a similar prospect in Europe like that. One thing about Thailand, no matter what it is, it's vibrant, it's alive, there's something happening all the time, and it keeps me going. It really, really does. The pontoon is now actually submerged. That's the first time I've ever seen that, but the rain has stopped now anyway. Okay, Harry, what do you want to say?
The pontoon, it's under the water right now, if you cannot see.
There you go.
Look at it. It's under the water.
It's under the water. It's submerged, Harry. Okay, don't go any further. Don't go down there. Don't go down there. It is submerged, sir.
It's almost submerged.
There's the aforementioned individual behind me, folding clothes. I think I hear my name being called. They're all out there. The wife's out there with the brother and his wife, and now Harry and the other kid, their grandchild is there. But you see, they're all speaking Thai and they're all eating food that's been sitting on that table in, look at my hand, in tropical heat all day. And it defeats me, and I said this before, it defeats me how they don't have, I don't know, if I ate that I'd get food poisoning. Seriously, fish just sitting there, sweating in the heat. But you see, again, people are going to probably say that I'm criticising. I'm not criticising, it's the way they do it, but I can't do that. If I didn't have YouTube, this is the thing.
I found that.
Good boy, Harry. If I didn't have YouTube, I would be stuck for something to do. There's only a certain amount of YouTube you can watch on a daily basis. You know, physical exercise, wonderful. That's the thing you could do. But you can't do it when it rains. You know, well, if you don't know, you'll know now, that the rainy season persists for at least 5 months of the year, June through to October, early November. It's you know, you couldn't set your watch by it, but that's about basically it. So I hate this time of year. I absolutely hate this time of year. Before I came to Thailand, I used to dream about tropical storms, you know, and how dramatic they'd be or romantic they'd be or whatever it is. The reality is far from that. I've never ever seen it like that. I swear to God. Thank God the rain is easing. And I can tell you that the more, we're all playing out there, look. That's such a novelty here. That's never happened before. It's at least a metre from where it would be in the dry season or normal times even. When we came up here today, there was about, I'd say, a quarter of a metre between the pontoon and the surface of the water. That'll give you an idea how far it's come up. But now I'm feeling a bit better because the evening is coming. The sun is over the Yardan. And much as though I don't want to indulge in drinking tonight, they'll all be watching Thai TV, the Thai drama, you know. And they do their own thing. Harry will do his own thing with his pal. And I'll be left to my own devices. I could learn Thai. Do you know, if I started taking Thai lessons online, I know within a short space of time, all the bits and pieces that I already know, I'd be able to join them all together. And I'd say I'd be reasonably fluent in about 6 months if I took it with 2 lessons a week. But you see, as most of us who live here, and I'm speaking for myself, but I know as most of us live here, most of us aren't that interested in learning Thai because we already speak English. And if you speak English, you don't need to speak any other language. Really and truly, you can live in any country more or less. You might be a bit lonely, that like I am, you see, and that's what it is. That's where this cabin fever stems from. But anyway, if you're suffering from cabin fever, you might relish the fact that you're watching this video. It'll bring you out of it. My videos are meant to be entertaining, lads. I rant a lot, I go on a lot about this and that, but it's all about entertainment. That's what it is. And I hope you've been entertained on this video. Whatever, as usual, if you haven't done so already, click that like button, the share button, subscribe button. Do all those wonderful things, and I'll bring you back another wonderful video very soon, just after the waters have receded.